give us the full context here. You've been on OpenClaw running your agent. You're one of my two all-stars at the firm with Lucas who are doing this like basically 50, 60 hours a week. You've been doing it for 15 days, maybe?
Yeah, it's been around 15 days. And Jason, you've talked about this a lot on the show. We're trying to automate around 10% of our tasks per week. So, some weeks there'll be more, some weeks some tasks will be more impactful. But we're really just kind of chipping away. And I think that that's something that a lot of people don't understand about OpenClaw is you're really doing it one task at a time. And over time, you'll build those tasks, you'll stack the skills as they call it. And you'll continue to build those out. So one of the tasks that I have created is a autonomous content clipper. At a lot of different teams and at Twist and This Week in AI, we make a ton of different content and we do 5 shows a week. And the way to get that content out there is to make a lot of clips, post them on X, post them on TikTok, post them on YouTube. So I made an agent that basically gives me ready made clips for me to post on different platforms. So I will show you a little bit more about how that works. So I built 3 different skills, and right here I'm showing a little dashboard I made actually using Claude.ai, not Claudebot, just by feeding in exactly what I'm doing, and it kind of visualized the process that my agent goes through. So I built 3 different skills. One is specifically for X, one is for YouTube, and one is for Twist archives, which basically means going through This Week in Startups, which has been going on for over 15 years, and finding an episode from that date in the past. So yesterday we did a post on, which was on this day in Twist history a couple days ago from February 13th, and it found an amazing clip of Jason and Molly Wood talking about, and Jason actually compared being a VC to playing basketball without knowing the score. And this was an amazing clip that OpenClaw found fully by itself. This is the first clip that it found using this skill, and I was really impressed. So this is one of the skills that I made, and I can kind of walk you through the process.
Oliver, quick question. What is the inherently skill difference between the X Clippy and YouTube Clippy?
That all lives in the way that the agent goes and finds the clips. So, some of the process is very similar and some of it is different. So in terms of, how the skill works, the cron fires, and then the agent will read the skill file. And then for X, it'll go and hit the X API. For YouTube, I had to set up a proxy so it doesn't get blocked by YouTube when it's scanning different accounts trying to find clips. And for X, I gave it certain channels to look for. And on YouTube, I gave it different channels to look for. On YouTube, I told it to do long form video only, look for long form videos to make clips out of. But on X, there's a lot of great 16:9 clips that it can find on its own. So that was the process there and why they're different.
Can you modify the skill to understand, based on the virality of the clip? Obviously, the content is the key here, but the way X or YouTube or TikTok or Instagram, things go viral there, has slightly different algorithmic treatment to that. Is that that knowledge is in this skill that it knows what to do with this?
Exactly. So for the X field specifically, I set it up where it actually does a ratio of followers to interaction. So whether that's likes or comments, and the higher the ratio, the more viral the content is. So that's just one tool that I made to be able to look for that virality. But obviously it's looking at likes on YouTube, and on X, it's looking at when the clip was published. So I'm pretty sure I'm looking for all within 48 hours to kind of make sure that's up to date. So yeah, that's a little tool that I made to check the virality.
Oliver, that's the interesting part. You made that tool, right? So you're not using a tool like an InVideo or an existing Clippy tool and just saying, hey, agent, use the Clippy tool to put the video in and do it. You're actually describing what the tool you wanted made based on what parameters you like. That's the difference I want to highlight again with OpenClaw versus just having an agentic workflow of calling some application out there. So I just wanted to double click on that. So you made that kind of those description tools of what do you like in a YouTube video or X video or things like those, right?
Yeah, exactly. And One thing important too is kind of post training your agent, where it found some videos and not all of them are great. And that's when you have to go back in and tell your agent what you liked, what video you didn't like, and then it'll save that in its memory for future when it's looking through clips.
This is
And
awesome, Oliver. Did you give it some sense of discernment as to like what you find compelling, or what you, or how did you brief it to have that kind of, yeah, that kind of discernment, just in terms of the picking the best moment workflow?
That feels like number 4 here, right? AI analysis. So you do the cron job, you understand the skills. Second, you find the best candidate being clip. 3, you download the MP3, transcribe it, and then 4, that's the AI analysis to pick the best moment from it. Yeah, Alex, this is a great question. What happens in step 4 exactly? What instructions did you give your agent in step 4?
yeah, so this is when the agent goes through and looks through the transcript. So going back to step 3 really briefly, what was happening originally when I first set up the skill was it was downloading the full MP4, and that was taking a long time and a lot of memory. And it was putting it through DeepGram, which is a speech to text platform that the AI would then analyze. So that process was pretty clunky. So I just had it take the MP3, put it through DeepGram, get the transcript, and then put it into Opus 4.6, which is the AI brain here that's picking the best clip. So here, it's actually just doing this all by itself. There wasn't a lot of training here. I basically was just like, find the best moment from these clips. And for the most part, it worked really well. Once it finds the clip, it'll then go and use a built-in tool called FFmpeg, and it will clip that segment based on the selection of the transcript that it made.
Okay, so then it downloads it, it trims it, and it puts captions in it automatically?
Yeah, so it's able to build in the captions and edit it all within OpenClaw. This is actually a tool that's built into FFmpeg, and this is all in OpenClaw. It doesn't, do an API call to some editing platform. It built all of this all in OpenClaw, which I just think is insane.
It built your software. You didn't need to hire a third-party piece of software to clip it. Mitesh, when you see this, what are you thinking? I see you nodding, and you've, like any great CEO, you're beaming. You're beaming when you see efficiency, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, like the part that like I just what I like already like really magnified is like, and Oliver, like without knowing any of your background, like let's not even talk. Like if I was building like the in literally like 21 days ago or even before that, I'd be just like, okay, what is like my first search will be to an AI tool, which is what is the best clipping agent, and that does it with more context, and then it's like, okay, how do I make it such that it goes and automatically searches it, and it'll be a constant back and forth of doing that, and it'll be integrating that software tool into that piece of system. Whereas here, it really is around like you custom made your own toolkit, and literally it could be like Oliver's, smart AI tool, like AI clipping toolkit that you can advertise out in the market if someone wants to use it, and build a software piece. Like that is not only just efficiency there, like that is like just the level of like new kind of thought process that can result into that. Like I know, Oliver, that you explained how you do the X kind of algorithm in terms of how you want to do it. Maybe you have some content kind of genius in you that you like, nope, this is the way that I always want to pick my clips. No one else does it this way, and that becomes like actually a true metric, and then you can now share that with the rest of the world as a full software toolkit, not just like saying that this is what you need to look into. And that is like really, really cool. I think driving those new, when we talk about new use cases, that's kind of what it is, that OpenClaw drives.
Yeah, and when we talk about, we don't need to buy, we don't even need CapCut anymore for clips. We don't need certain software.
This
I
is
could have
wild.
previously, I would have been so happy if there was a way that I could have connected the OpenClaw to, CapCut, had it work some magic, and then send it back. I would have been thrilled to pay, even $100 a month for that. But now we don't need to do that anymore. And you can see just on This Week in AI, we've been posting some of these clips, and they've done, relatively well. 300 likes, 40,000 views.
Wow.
And
proof's in the pudding. So how much faster does this make you? Just like if you were to do one of these clips, like that Molly clip, how long would it have taken you to do the 6-step process here to do that one clip, you think?
Well, so the process starts with me going on X most of the time and looking through different channels, different viral clips. Sometimes that can
Okay.
take, 2 minutes for me to find a clip. Sometimes I can take 30, even up to 30, just because I want to find
Okay,
the
so we'll
best
put it at
clips.
15 minutes. 15 minutes to curate a great clip. Okay.
And then then I have to download it, put it in CapCut, burn in the captions. That's about, 10 minutes, 15 minutes at the
Okay, so now
max.
you're at 30 you're at 30 minutes, okay?
And then publishing takes around 15 to 30 minutes. So that's a
Okay.
45-minute to an hour process.
Okay, let's go with 45 if you did it fast. What is it now?
Now it's as fast as 5 minutes.
Now, it doesn't allow you to post to social media though, right?
I was going to say,
will
is it
not
just the
let-
publishing
yeah.
that you do manually now, and that everything else is all OpenClaw
Because
agent?
I tried to post and retweet stuff. Like all my founders send me their links on a pretty regular basis, begging for tweets, begging for replies. I'm not just talking about you, Alex, and you, Cash. I'm talking about the other founders begging for retweets from their million follower
Sent you anything for a year now.
But it wouldn't allow me to do that. It was like, you can't do that. It has to be authentic behavior. So have you figured out a hack to like maybe put it in drafts or something?
Yeah, I
Oliver?
haven't gone through the publishing just yet, but I know that you can have your OpenClaw take control of your whole computer, your browser. It can access all your files.
But it stops you though. It stops you right now. Where is this is a limitation of OpenClaw. It reads the terms of service of Reddit, X, and says you can't do that. How do you unleash OpenClaw to do things it's not supposed to do ethically?
You can actually prompt OpenClaw and ask it to get around certain things. So I haven't actually gone and really.
That's your next mission.
That's the next mission.
But
I will say,
We'll remind you, you're live on air, Oliver. But that's,
no, I'm not. I mean, listen, Oliver, I'm not telling you to break the rules. I'm asking you to bend them.
Oliver, I'd love to see this interview ragged through that. I'd love to see what the outputs are from this conversation.
Yeah, when you see clips, those will be the ones.
I can add a 10-second. One part of my life, I was the news researcher, producing one of the top 3 news shows in Pakistan. And then another part of my life, I worked for Adobe for 3 years. So this is what it is getting built, the software getting commoditized, and the archiving and finding the content. I can see so many of these applications, and the craziest part is it is less than being just 30 days. So very well done, Oliver. Thank you for showing this.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.